It's Aura, but there's some other people around, and it's actually after 1 in the morning when I'm filming this, but I am awake and motivated to film something, so that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna film another reaction to our old YouTube channel. This is a casual, chatty video that I don't really remember what we talk about in it. So we'll see what DID type stuff we might be able to see, or what else interesting we might be able to see. So yeah, let's get started. I am about to start reacting to it, and I am pretty sure I have found a way to fix the audio issues that I've had with the other ones so far, so fingers crossed the audio will be better this time. So yeah, and I've got a previously sleepy but now very licky Charlie in my lap. So let's get started.
Hello! I'm going to do something that I haven't really done before. It's going to be kind of vlog style, but I'm just going to like casually chat with you guys about what's going on in my life while I work on this scarf that I'm making for my new Etsy shop, link below. Or possibly in the end screen, I'm not positive yet because I am not editing this video yet. So this will probably be kind of rambly and might be long, might be really short, depends how many things I feel like I have to talk about. So I obviously haven't done anything with my hair or makeup. I'm filming this on Black Friday, so I'm just kind of hanging out and knitting a little bit.
So we weren't working then, I take
thought
it.
I might as well film something. So
Oh, where are you going?
here goes nothing. Let's see. What is interesting going on in my life other than my brand new Etsy shop? Well, I think I'm going to make a separate video about this because it's too exciting to just throw into a random other video, but something major in my life is going to be changing very soon. Look forward to the video where I make an announcement.
That must be Charlie.
I feel like I have a lot of stuff I could potentially talk about that should really be separate videos.
Lots of fun background noise. I bet this is after having to leave college. And I bet the announcement that I'm referring to, or whoever was fronting, I guess I should be trying to figure out who that was, is referring to is almost certainly that we were getting Charlie, would be my guess. Yeah, that's my best guess. I'm not sure where you want to go. Huh? You don't want to cuddle? Okay, she might just be getting settled. This could be me, maybe. Could be... It's probably not Jade. Jade might have been dormant at this point. Jade's whole subsystem went dormant during the transition out of our first attempt at college, and I don't know / remember how long that lasted, and I don't know how soon after college this is. I don't think I'm working again yet, because otherwise I would have certainly been working Black Friday, because I would have been working retail. Do you want to go on the chair instead? Yeah, I'll pay closer attention to the voice and stuff going forward, but I don't think this could be Jade or anyone from Jade's subsystem. It couldn't be Natalie, like the Natalie we have now. Where are you going? Do you not want to be in the video? Natalie, like who has been on the channel, would have been dormant during this time for sure. If I'm right about it being after our first attempt at college, which I'm pretty sure, based on the announcement thing, because I'm pretty sure that would have been about Charlie, which was after that first attempt at college. So we'll see if any other details help me place when it was for sure. But I'm pretty sure it couldn't be like current Natalie. But it could hypothetically be the Natalie who fused with Michael to make Jaden, because that Natalie split during the process of having to leave college. So it could be her. I don't know that she would have filmed. I'm not sure about that. She typically fronted to catch up on like to-do list type things. So it would have depended like if she saw this in that way and wanted to like check it off the list. I don't know. It could easily be me. It could technically be Michael or Joseph or a mix of people. So I'll pay closer attention to voice and stuff. But yeah, those are some of my starting thoughts. I don't remember why I initially paused.
Hear any background noise and some stuff in the kitchen. Like I said, this is very casual. Well, I guess I'll make this a little bit of a mental health update of sorts. I am actually in the process of getting a medical withdrawal from this semester at MTSU because of my mental health. So I have just finally gotten into a new psychiatrist and a new therapist, and I'm in an intensive outpatient therapy program. And I'm obviously on medications and stuff. So all of that being in progress kind of messed up my whole, a good chunk of my semester. So I wasn't able to get done anywhere near what I needed to get done for any of my classes. So that's the really quick version. If you're interested at all and you'd like to see a full video about that type of thing, let me know. But just to be real with you guys on what my life is like right now, I'm not doing awesome, but I'm doing a little better each day. So I'm getting all the help that I need, and I think I'm starting to make some progress, even though I'm at the beginning stages of a lot of those treatments.
The voice sounds kind of low for me. So it could be a mix. I am absolutely certain from the topic of conversation that Michael would have been hovering very close, bare minimum. Because that was a big part of his job, was essentially controlling how we talked about these types of things, mental health stuff, medical stuff, all that. How we talked about most things, but especially stuff like that. So it could be just Michael fully fronting, it could be Michael like blurry with me or somebody. It could be Joseph, but just Joseph not panicking. I don't know. The hoodie with the hood up is a Joseph like type outfit choice, but it's also like a depressed type outfit choice. Charlie doesn't seem to want to be up here. So, it could be Joseph just like feeling more comfortable than in the last video that I saw him in. Because like he was a co-host, he wasn't only fronting like for panicking and stuff like that. It was a big part of his job, but he was a co-host. And he was probably fronting more than normal during this time generally, especially once Jade went dormant. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to look for any tells that would make it seem like Michael. Because I don't think it would have been Michael's idea to talk about this kind of thing. But if I was set on talking about this kind of thing, he would want to be very picky about what exactly we said. So it wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to be the one talking when we said it. But he also had ways of kind of accomplishing that without fronting. So yeah, I'm gonna keep watching and see.
But I just want to be really real about it because I feel like it's getting a lot better. The stigma about mental health is nowhere near as bad as I hear it used to be. But it's still not talked about openly enough, and I still have the occasional professor who doesn't seem to think of it as a medical issue. And it is very much a medical issue. And if you don't believe that, then I would encourage you to look up the qualifications of therapists and psychiatrists and how much schooling they go to and how psychiatrists are MDs. They are medical doctors who can prescribe medications, and they went to school for a long time to get the qualifications they needed for that role, and there is a ton of research behind it. So if you're still in the camp of not seeing the validity of some of those things, I'd encourage you to actually look up some things about it, because you might be surprised what you find. Let's see, what else is going on in my life right now? Not a whole lot, I guess. I'm trying to focus a lot on the little things, so like taking some time to do things like this. I've had many mental health professionals tell me that this type of creative and productive but a little bit more mindless activity is very good for my brain, so I'm trying to work on doing little things like that. I actually just recently, at the suggestion of my new psychiatrist, got the Calm app, which is a mindfulness meditation app, and I had not been able to do similar types of meditations and stuff like that in the past. I had really struggled with it and given up on it, but I decided to give it another shot because my psychiatrist was pretty adamant about it potentially being very helpful, and I have been pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it can be if you let yourself just like fully commit to the meditation and try not to roll your eyes at it, because some of it's very simple and straightforward, but you still need it. It's still very good for you.
Okay, this is interesting because I am now positive that those were Michael's words. I'm not positive still whether or not Michael is fronting. I think it is very likely to be Michael and or Joseph. And it could be some back and forth. They could switch with each other very easily. In general, Michael could switch very easily with most people under like normal circumstances. But the reason I'm positive that Michael is dictating what is being said here is because what we just said in that video is not true for us. We have not found that type of thing to be helpful at all. In fact, we find it triggering, typically, and it does the opposite of the intended effect. And not in any way to say that it can't help other people, but it doesn't help us. And the types of things that get like the closest to that we can do that are like kind of meditative in a way is stuff like knitting, where we can kind of zone out a little bit and just like do something semi-mindless and that type of thing. Or like kind of ritualistic stuff. But like we need a different level of distraction typically, and a lot of typical like meditative type stuff, apps like that, etc. Like some of the very, very common techniques are triggering. So they do not help us, and they will trigger panic attacks, flashbacks, all kinds of stuff. And one of Michael's jobs that was sometimes helpful and sometimes not was lying to our, especially mental health professionals, to like try to get out of therapy was part of it, but in a way that like I think of it as a type of fawning. He was convincing them that what they were telling us to do was working, and that after a little bit of doing that we're okay now and we don't need to keep coming. And it's also like it was also avoiding like people treating stuff as more of a crisis type thing in general. So it's definitely trying to minimize like how bad we were doing at this point, as a way to keep people from looking too closely at like, hey, there might be some trauma here, and I'm seeing a bunch of dissociative symptoms, and like getting close to finding out anything like that. So he very much controlled that narrative and was very careful about how he crafted it. So there's also a version, I think, of like that's the way of talking about mental health stuff that I think people generally tend to be most comfortable with, is the I was struggling, but this commonly suggested tool is fixing it, and so it's fine. You know? So like, yeah, I'm having to medically withdraw from college and seeing a bunch of professionals and doing intensive outpatient therapy and on a bunch of medications and stuff, but you know, I got a meditation app, so I'm good. So yeah, that is making me wonder if it's just Michael fronting. Or Joseph would have been the one Michael could most easily like dictate exactly what Joseph would say. I was probably second easiest, but it was a little harder with me because I didn't know about the system, and so he had to like manipulate me differently. Because like Joseph would do what he said because he was scared of him. But like that kind of direct fear thing couldn't really work on me without me knowing he existed, you know? So, yeah. But I should keep going. I'm not very far into this video yet, and it's late.
So, like, when it's telling you to just sit there and think about nothing but your breathing, it sounds kind of silly, but it's shocking at how calming and how calming it can be and how much it can help you focus on other aspects of your life when you just kind of fully touch base with yourself like that. And I'm trying really hard to do it at least once a day. But it also has...
It's Joseph fronting.
They call it a meditation. It's not really a meditation, but it's a little... one of its features...
We're dissociating too.
It's a part of the app that that coaches you in your breathing, like if you're having a panic attack.
So, I think it's Joseph at this point, and I think he is either having trouble staying in the front, or he's having trouble hearing exactly what Michael is telling him to say, and is making sure not to say anything that Michael didn't, like, directly approve of. Because it's... Michael wouldn't say that much. He would say it some, but it would be on purpose to sound more like the rest of us, basically. But I don't think he naturally had, like, fillers in his speech patterns like that. And he wouldn't do it that much. And, like, I saw at one point this specific, like, eye thing that we do when we're doing internal communication. And it was very brief. And I started seeing some more, like, eyes darting around type stuff that makes me think it's Joseph. So, yeah, I think, at least for some of this, it's Joseph fronting, saying a bunch of stuff he doesn't believe, and that is probably triggering him somewhat to even talk about, while trying to ground with the knitting. So... yeah, it's interesting.
And I found that particularly helpful as well. And there's an emergency calm meditation that you can choose out of several different lengths, as short as 2 minutes and as long, I believe, as 30 minutes, that I have also found helpful for calming myself down when I'm especially anxious or overwhelmed by something. So I again, did not have high hopes. I was expecting to try it once or twice and to have no success at all. And I had enough minor success with it the first few times that I committed to continuing to see if it would continue to help me and continue to help me more each time, and that has been the case for me. So if you were skeptical like I was, seriously consider something along those lines. There are several apps, like Calm, that have a free version or a paid subscription. I started out with the free version. I'm doing the paid subscription version now. But the free version has a lot on its own.
We paid for that for a while.
And again, that app is simply called Calm. I guess I can probably self-promo enough to talk about my Etsy shop a little bit. I just actually launched it today, as in the day I'm filming this, because I have had some projects finished for a while and just kind of sitting around waiting to be used as gifts. So there was really no point in not doing it, and it suddenly clicked with me that that could be a great idea and a great motivator to do more stuff like this, which is supposedly so good for my brain and my mental health, which I do notice a difference when I'm regularly doing things like this versus when I'm not.
It's so funny that we went on and on and on about that app being so helpful when it, in fact, is directly harmful to us. And then we're talking about knitting being helpful, like, supposedly they're saying, and this might help me somewhat, and I guess it helps a little, and especially if I do it a lot. And it's like, that was one of the earliest successful, like, grounding, calming, mindless, repetitive things like that we did. Like, we knew that already. It's another thing that we were giving. Michael would give, like, therapists and stuff credit for things that we already knew would help, as well as telling them that things were helping even if they weren't. So, like, we knew this already. But yeah, we did have a first attempt at an Etsy shop a while ago, and we might have just revamped it and renamed it, or we might have started a new one. But it definitely was dead for a while in the middle where we didn't have anything actually on it, but yeah. Yeah. So we started dabbling in that a while ago.
And so let's see, I have, as of the launch day, I have mostly baby things. Like, I have some baby hats, some baby sets that have, like, hats and little booties, or hats and mitts and booties, things like that. A couple little, like, plush baby, like, balls that they could, like, squish, or really, really simple stuffed animals, if you want to think of it that way.
Or stress balls. We started with a lot of baby stuff because we had family who would buy them from us, family and, like, family friends who would buy them from us as, like, baby shower gifts and stuff. But also because, like, early on, especially, the softest yarn that we ever found was baby yarn, and, like, for sensory reasons, we far preferred, like, touching the softer yarn. We have since found two helpful things about that. One is that it's definitely not the only category of yarn that can be soft, but also that you can, in fact, use that kind of yarn for anything that you want. So yeah, we've branched out a lot since then. Some of the stuff that's on clearance on our Etsy now is stuff that was from then that doesn't as much fit, like, the brand of the types of stuff that we make on our Etsy primarily now, but just that we haven't sold. So we have some stuff like that on clearance. Hopefully whenever this goes up, I will have checked recently, because the way clearance works on Etsy is the sale times out once a month, I think, and so I'll hopefully double check before this that it is actually on a clearance price. If I haven't and you check that, feel free to tell me in comments that it is not actually on clearance right now and that I should put it on clearance. Or message me on Etsy to tell me that or whatever. But yeah, that's what a lot of that, maybe all of that stuff is. Stuff in that category. But yeah. Oh. Um. Nope, stay here. Is my air conditioner? Yeah. Okay. Why am I overheating so bad? Your heart rate's not high. We're probably a little triggered and or panicked from watching ourselves describe all of those things about that app in so much detail. Hopefully we're done doing that now in the video. Closest thing we'll do to that type of thing now probably is pulling up like a background sounds type YouTube video to play while we are doing something else that is taking up most of our attention. Like we'll even do that sometimes when we're editing something, so that when there are pauses in the edit, it's not total silence. Like we'll put instrumental like mood music or something, or like calming sounds, something, sometimes with a visual component, to like long videos of like a cool aquarium or something. Things like that. But that's the closest we do to that type of thing intentionally now. That is actually helpful to us. Because I think that that app was one of the ones that you could like add different like background sounds to be happening while you were trying to do stuff. But stay here. Nope, stay here. I want to finish filming. I'm only a third of the way through it. Mm. Stay here. Nope. No. Stay here. Mm-mm. Stay here. This is going great. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Stay here. It's not gonna work. I'm trying. Um, fuck. Okay. No, stay here. Um, you need to stop. You stay here long enough to stop. Yeah, we can. Um, um, it's not Aura. It's an attempt at mix of Josh and Raven. Mostly Raven. And I tried to switch and couldn't. And we need to stop and come back to this. I guess best case scenario, come back to it. We got unlucky with the video that we chose to react to. And we need to stop. I need to actually physically do that. So we will hopefully come back to this tomorrow or another day. Or maybe edit what we can out of this. And just not go through the rest of it, or have it be a part 1 or something. Don't switch with me. Yeah. I don't need an outro or anything. Because the plan is to just add to this same video. And if we don't, we can add an outro to the end of it really easily anyway, so. I have to stop filming. I have to stop filming on both things. Okay. It's that, I think. Yeah. Let's try for round 2. Okay, I'm gonna try to pick up where we left off. Oh, I didn't put the thing back up. That would help. Okay. Now I'm gonna pick up where we left off. Hopefully we are past the most triggering part and are otherwise better equipped today to watch it. So let's keep going.
Probably better for infants than like toddlers, because if they get too aggressive with it, it would probably not last very long. But same thing with pets. Like if you got it for a pet, for a cat or something, it might be great for a little bit, but it might not last very long. I've got
We're talking about like little plush balls.
one variety set of coasters. I had a short coaster making phase that maybe if they're popular I'll get back into it, but I had 5 that were different colors, so I decided to make it a set and just sell them together. And then let's see. Oh, I was talking about baby things and then I went to coasters. I have a couple baby blankets, and I have several of those in progress as well, so I will be adding to this shop, of course, as I finish other projects. But my favorite baby things by far are the baby cocoons that I make, which are like little baby sleeping bags, and the baby just fits in it really snug and cozy, and the way that I make them, it has like the front,
I can't tell who this
bit of the
is.
front of it folds up so that some of the cocoon can be under the baby's head without covering his or her face. And I just think they're adorable, and I love making them. And I have several of those in progress as well, but I believe I have 3 on my shop as of right now. One that's multicolored in traditionally feminine colors. One that's blue and white and one that is green and beige, I believe. And then I've got some scarves on there. Like I said, I'm working on a scarf right now, so we'll see how quickly I can. We'll see which gets up first, this scarf on my Etsy shop or this video on my channel. Should be easy to edit, but this is also easy to make, so we'll see. And I think that's about it. I have one set that I think is just adorable, which is a mommy-daughter hat set. So it's a mommy-sized hat and matching colors, infant-size hat.
That one might still be on our clearance.
And again, I think they're fairly feminine colors, but it could be mother-son, father-daughter, father-son, whatever. I just, when I look at it, it makes me think mommy-daughter, so that's what I called it. And I have something that was a little bit bigger, that I didn't actually have easy access to. I have to get it out of storage, so that's going to be coming soon. And I'm just gonna hint at it like that. I'm not gonna fully tell you what it is. But let me know in comments if you're interested in anything on my Etsy shop, and maybe I will, at some point in the future, make a coupon code that I will just announce on YouTube, so only people who watch the video will be able to use the coupon code, and it'll get you some percentage off or free shipping domestic or something like that. So yeah, I have that going on. The biggest thing that's going on in my life right now, I'm going to definitely make as a separate video, so it's really hard for me to not keep.
That's definitely getting Charlie that I keep hinting at there. So that's, I bet the previous reaction before this, I think it would have been. No, the one before that. I got my brain all confused. The second one we did of all the clips of Charlie as a puppy, I bet that video came shortly after this one. And that's what we keep hinting at. I'm still having trouble figuring out who it is, because a lot of like the way we're talking reminds me of me, but the voice sounds too low to me. So maybe someone's just close and affecting my voice or something. Could still just be like Michael really close or Joseph really close, or a mix. I'm not sure if you can hear any background noise, but I'm sorry if you can. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm about halfway through it now. What other stuff we might talk about that's going on in our life at the time. But I'll try to keep paying attention to see if I can see any clearer signs of who might be fronting.
Coming back to that. Because I'm really excited about it, and it's been practically the only thing I've been thinking about since the idea came to mind and then the process began. And for all I know, I may end up being too excited about the video for that to wait and post this one first, so maybe if I post the announcement video for the really exciting thing that's going on in my life right now before I post this video, I'll link it on the end screen. So then you won't have to wait, but otherwise it's something for you to look forward to. I also have some hilarious music-related videos coming as soon as I edit them, basically. And we are now officially in the season where I need to start making Christmas type videos, so I may do another.
I should cut a lot of this out.
We'll see. That will mostly depend on if I happen to be home from school.
Oh, jeez.
My dog's being loud at the door. But anyway, I love multitasking when I'm doing something like this because it makes it go so much faster. I actually started this just like maybe half an hour ago. And especially straightforward ones. Like, I'm not doing anything complicated with this scarf. I just picked a couple cute colors that go well together, and it would totally work as a Christmas scarf, but wouldn't have to be. But I'm just talking and knitting, and I could do this while watching TV or listening to music or listening to a podcast. If you often, while doing those things, feel like you wish you could be doing something with your hands, I would highly recommend either learning how to do something like this or adult coloring books, which are surprisingly therapeutic. And I need to get myself back in the habit of doing those too, because I have several
our littles really liked those.
And then I have not been able to keep myself on top of regularly doing that. So you guys should comment and remind me. See if that'll get me motivated to do some of that again. Because I spend so much time watching TV, and if I do anything at all productive while I'm doing it, then, like, if I get in the habit of only watching TV or YouTube while I'm knitting, I'm gonna get some stuff up on Etsy so fast it'll be ridiculous. I got some new makeup recently because Tanya Burr released her Christmas makeup sets and stuff. If you're interested in a video about that, let me know, but the quick version is I am highly in favor of everything that she put out that I got. So I didn't get everything, but I got several things, and I love all of them. And yeah, that's the really quick version. Let me just really quickly say, her mascara is unbelievably good quality for its price. Like, easily the best mascara I've ever tried. It does not budge. Like, it's not.
I don't even remember she had a mascara.
I have
mascara.
Usually.
Now I don't remember which is the British
pronunciation. With it
pronunciation.
on, and as long as I'm not like full on sobbing into a pillow, it still doesn't budge. So if I'm just like doing the whole feminine dabbing under the eyes thing, still fully there. And I mean, top and bottom lashes, it's ridiculous. I think she calls it selfie lash or something like that. Really, really, really good. Highly recommend. I have another video that should probably go up before this one, but we'll see, because that one will definitely be longer, and I still need to check my captions that I did, like my subtitles that I did, because some of it, if you're not watching it for the 8 millionth time like I am, it's hard to catch what they said for some of it, like convention panel clips and stuff. But another video that I'm really excited about, and I'll go ahead and tell you what it is, even if this video goes up first, then you can just look forward to it. I did, I'm calling it Friendship Goals J2 versus Fan, so it's Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, of course, and then Dan and Phil from YouTube and everywhere else. So I just have a lot of clips of them being unbelievably cute together, or talking about their friendship with each other, or like reading each other's minds, talking at the same time, all that type of thing.
We made compilations of stuff like that on that old channel that we like used to ground and emotionally regulate and stuff a lot. So, yeah. I don't know that we could really show that type of thing on here in the same way as we're not really showing the music stuff, because there's like a copyright component and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely dissociating some. And it's been a lot of talking about stuff that I'm gonna edit out. But we were a third of the way through it from the stuff we filmed yesterday, and we're another third of the way through it now, a little more than that. So I think we'll be able to finish it and see if there's anything else to talk about for this. I'm still not really sure who's fronting. I think it could be a blur of a few people. Like, maybe this is what it sounded like if, like, me and Joseph were co-conscious or something. And not panicked. Or maybe it's somebody I don't know. It's always possible. But yeah.
And it ended up being fairly long, of course, because they both have a lot of examples of both of those, and I did not by any means get anywhere near all of the clips that I could have put into a video like that. So if you have clip ideas for part 2 or other friendships that I should do a similar video for them, comment those below. But I really like it. I have already watched it several times, even before I had put subtitles on it. So again, before I publish it, I just need to check to make sure I didn't make any horrific spelling errors or anything when I did that subtitling, because I was probably half asleep when I did that. So, and now my yarn's all tied up because I'm at the end of one of the skein.
Man, that's happening again.
Weird word, skein.
Yeah, so that's done anyway. So yeah. I am pretty sure Joseph was fronting for some of it earlier. And Michael was either fronting or co-fronting or choosing the words that we said through somebody else. Probably Joseph, if that was the case. I'm pretty sure Jade couldn't have been in this. So yeah. Unless, like, my voice was lower sometimes when people were blurry with me, or even something like the audio was making my voice sound lower or something. I don't know. But, yeah. Could also just be somebody, like, masking as the way that I talk really well, but not masking, like, the pitch of their voice as much. So, not really sure, I guess. But, yeah, I'm not sure why we keep having, like, those glitchy issues with all this footage. It sucks because it seems like it's in the video files themselves. But I'm glad most of it is still intact, at least. And, yeah. As of filming this, I now know that you guys have been enjoying these videos, and I'm glad because we have been largely enjoying reacting to them. It's been long enough that we don't remember the details of most of them. I'm not all the way here. There's there's a bunch of stuff below me that you can find under the video, either like the like button and comments and subscribe and everything, or in the description box where there's a bunch of fun links. I think I'm going to be setting up a Patreon special offer really soon, so keep an eye out for that. By the time this video goes up, it might even be live already, so check that out. Thank you for your patience with us as we deal with stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to keep chipping away at getting back on top of stuff and getting to a point where we can do live streams again and stuff. As of filming this, it's been a while since we've done a normal live stream. We managed one for Patreon, and we're in the process of scheduling another one for Patreon, but most of the stuff that we normally stream we haven't been able to do for health reasons, but you can check out our health update if you want to see stuff about that. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, but let us know other video ideas and stuff that you might have for us, other things you might want us to react to, or just generally talk about, etc. I'm going to try to be bringing back DID in the media too. I'm hoping that might end up being pretty grounding of a thing to film, but I haven't actually tested it yet. But yeah. And who knows, we might film other stuff before this and have that stuff go up first. So, like, we might have already done another DID in the media by the time this goes up, or whatever, because we don't always upload them in order. Especially if we film a couple similar things in a row. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. But hopefully you liked this reaction, and check out other videos linked below me on the screen. And I almost just ended it the way that I end Patreon exclusive vlogs because that is most of what we've been filming. But that's not how I end these. Thanks for watching. Bye. There we go.